it's Andy of the Rad Company, and welcome to Wash Wednesday. And in today's video, we have Carson. And Carson, what kind of car do we have?
We've got a 1986 Subaru XT GL10.
Most unique vehicles that we've had on a Wash Wednesday so far. And Carson, how long have you had this thing for?
We've had this car for 1 day. Came from Chicago, drove 2 days straight of non-stop driving, picked it up in Prosser, Washington, and we thought we'd stop by for Wash Wednesday.
Wow. Very convenient, right? That's pretty awesome. And so, Carson, you're a big fan of detailing, right?
For sure.
And so you like to detail on the side, and you're actually pretty young. You're 16?
16. And
so you'll detail for fun. You like watching the YouTube videos and everything like that. And so I'm sure you're dying to get your hands on this in one way, shape, or form, right?
For sure, yeah.
So in today's video, we're gonna be doing a 2-bucket wash method. We're gonna be breaking out the foam cannon because you guys, you love the foam, right? Everybody wants to see more foam.
Everyone loves the foam.
Yep, and so we're gonna kind of split it up, tackle the car with soap and water. After we knock that out, then I think we're gonna spray some protection on it, just to kind of keep it going until you get it home, because you are taking this back home in an open trailer, right?
On a trailer, an open trailer, yep.
So it's gonna be exposed to the elements, so just a little bit of protection, you know, won't hurt anything, it'll be good for it. So with that said, we're gonna get this car into the wash bay, break out that foam cannon, and get to foaming. All right, Carson, so we got the car in our wash bay, and we're ready to get this thing all foamed up. Now, have you used foam can before?
Oh, I've used it all the time.
All right, and so you find it pretty fun, right?
I find it very fun, yeah.
It's much more satisfying than a rinseless wash. I know a lot of people watching probably like, Anthony, you guys haven't done a rinseless wash for quite some time, and we really want to do one. It's just this car has just a little bit too much filth for that, and we always think that the foam stuff looks a lot better. And so on something as classic as this too, and something as cool and unique as this, we're kind of excited to see how the foam's going to look on these body lines, right? How would you describe the shape of this thing?
Spaceship, I guess. It's very wedgy, I'd have to say. It's a wedge.
Dane says it's like a door wedge, and I would have to agree. It's very unique, but the coolest part is not just the exterior, but it's the interior, and we'll have to show you some shots here in just a little bit, because the interior of this thing is
very
wild,
nice,
right? I just imagine driving this thing down, you know, with synthwave playing in the background, right? Going through some type of grid pattern and some type of weird Tron style world. I have no idea, but it's something really cool and unique. So I'm gonna rinse everything down first, Carson, and then after that, I'm gonna hand the foam cannon to you.
Sounds good.
All right, Carson, you did a fantastic job of foaming this thing up. It looks good, right?
Looks great.
But I think the lack of protection on there, it's kind of just, it's kind of sheeting things off. Some areas have some protection, some others don't have any at all. So you can see how stagnant this foam is here, but on the sides it's started to dwell off.
Just gone, yeah.
Yep. So we use P&S Pearl, is what we used on the foam cannon. Did a fantastic job. And in the bucket, we also have P&S Pearl. So which wash media do you want to use? Because I have the Ultra Black Sponge here. I also have a chenille mitt.
I'm gonna probably go with the chenille mitt.
Chenille mitt?
I've never used a sponge before in a car.
Okay, all right. So the Ultra Black Sponge is a little bit unique because it was meant for soap and water, right? And what's cool about it is because of the cuts, it's arguably the safest sponge probably for auto detailing. And I think a lot of people, when I tell them sponge, they go, sponge? I thought we were told not to use a sponge. So working from top to bottom here, I thought this would be a good time to talk about where you found this thing, because how do you find a Subaru XT, let alone one in this condition?
So yeah, we found this on a Subaru XT forum in Washington, Prosser, Washington.
Okay.
And then it looked in great shape. Test drove it. It was just a farm field. I mean, there was
off-roading moments or what?
Moments. There was like paved roads, obviously.
Okay.
We took that out. It was just straight roads. It drove good.
Heck yeah.
It drove nice, and put it on the trailer.
So besides that though, now we've talked about how you're into detailing and you watch lots of YouTube videos and you obviously detail on the side. So how long have you been doing that for? And do you do it for fun? Do you do it to make some money? How does that all work?
Yeah, I do it for both. I mean, I just love the detail. Detailed my parents' vehicles and my brothers and stuff. I just enjoy it. And I've started, I think in November. So not too long, but
not too long.
I've learned a lot from the Rad company.
Right on. Well, we appreciate it. We feel like the Wash Wednesdays are a great way for a lot of people, especially new into it, to kind of learn from kind of other people also learning. You know, I don't think you guys have to do too much work though. I mean, this thing was in really, really good shape. There is some, I'll call them questionable modifications on this thing. I don't know. You know, I'm sure it was meant to be a positive thing, but when you look at these, you're like, what the heck are these, right? And then when you look at this antenna right here on the roof, like, what the heck is this,
like
right?
It's not drilled in, luckily, so
all reversible,
we'll get that off.
Right. So it's finally time to dry this thing. Now, Carson actually pointed out something very interesting. Now, the roof actually has some water behavior, right? It looked like it was beating something, as well as the front windshield. And we were like, does this car have protection on it? Well, actually, moments before that, they were showing us how funky the front windshield wiper is. And we saw that the liquid coming out was orange. So, and then Carson pointed out it's orange Rain-X, right? So, the protective properties are really just the orange Rain-X and really nothing more than that, because everything is pretty flat. So for this, we're going to be using C2V3 to add some protection, right, in place of that orange Rain-X. Now, have you used the Gauntlet before?
I haven't used the Gauntlet, but I've used the Dry Mirror River and the Liquidator. Okay. Big fans of those towels.
Heck yeah, we'll make you a bigger fan maybe of this one as well. Yeah. So for this, right, take our C2V3, we're going to use it as a drying aid, and I'm going to start right here, just on the hood for posterity purposes. Normally I like to start out on the sides of the car, but let's do it for here. And take our big Gauntlet. This is a big one, right? 2 colors.
Nice.
Which color do you prefer?
Either color.
Either color?
I like both grays.
Well, good, because they're stuck on the same towel, so you have to be okay with it. So we're going to take this, fold up this heathen of a towel, and what I like to do is I like to give it a couple pre-sprays here with C2V3 just to kind of get it going, and then place our towel at a starting point, and then start drying everything in. We're just going to be constantly flipping this towel going through, but I want to let you get your hands on this. So what's going to happen, I'm going to let you use C2V3 since you haven't used it before.
Sure.
Go over the whole car, pre-spray everything, use this as a drying aid. And while you're doing that, I'm going to be drying the wheels. So cue that sexy drying towel montage. up with the drying process as well as cleaning up the wheels and tires. Now, I did a liberal application of dynamic dressing from P&S. Really let that stuff dwell on there because these tires, while they're still in good shape, they needed just a little something, right? They need to be darkened up a little bit, and a little bit of sheen on this car wouldn't be a bad thing. Now, Carson, you went through the drying process, knocked it out with C2V3, and out of everything that we did today, all the detailing stuff we used, right, what was your favorite part?
I'd say the favorite part was like the pressure washer and the foam cannon. It's a nice pressure washer setup.
It gets people every time. Everybody says, hey, you guys do too much foam washing. Well, there's a reason,
There's
guys.
never enough foam washing.
Never enough, right? It makes the guests happy, it's a ton of fun, and everybody likes seeing their cars foamed. So, cool, man. Well, everything went really smoothly on this car, and I think that there is a long life ahead of this thing. Now, my question is, you're gonna get this back home to Chicago. What's some of the first things that you and your dad are gonna do?
Well, we're obviously gonna take off this right here.
The antenna, okay.
We don't need the antenna.
Okay.
We don't need these.
Okay.
And then maybe do like a one-step polish or something and get it looking okay, but I don't want to go through the paint at all.
Okay.
Since it's very thin.
Yep, I'm sure you guys will figure it out and bring this thing back to its former glory, and I'm really excited. So if you're cruising around Chicago, right, keep your eye out. You might be able to stumble into this thing and see it in person for yourself. So Carson, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much for stopping by the Rad Company. Seriously, it meant a lot that you guys were passing through and made this a priority, and we are fortunately able to get you in for a Wash Wednesday.
Of course, yeah, we had to stop by.
Right on. So we'll get you set up with some stuff to keep this thing looking good, right? We always hook our guests up with some detailing products just to kind of keep them going once we've taught them a couple good techniques. So Carson, thank you so much for joining us today. And as always, if you guys liked this video, make sure to give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below for more, and stay tuned for more Wash Wednesdays right here at the Rad Company.